guys, this is your second set of notes for your DNA unit for biology credit recovery. What I need you to do within your DNA credit recovery packet, find this worksheet and fill in the blanks as we go through the notes. As always, if you need a little extra time to fill in the notes, go ahead and pause, finish copying everything down because you're going to need the information within these notes to complete a quiz at the end of this presentation. Within this presentation, we are talking about DNA replication. So, our central question is, how does DNA make a copy of itself? Before we can go deeper into DNA replication, let's review some key facts. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA is made of nucleotides. Each nucleotide has a phosphate, sugar, and a nitrogen base. There are 4 different nitrogen bases: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. And adenine can only pair with thymine, A with T, and cytosine can only pair with guanine, G with C. Now that we've reviewed, let's go over some key vocab for DNA replication. First, what is DNA replication? It's making a copy of your chromosomes during mitosis so that your cells can divide. We have DNA helicase, and they're responsible for unwinding the double helix so that we have 2 separate strands of DNA. And finally, DNA polymerase, which joins individual nucleotides to produce a second complementary strand of DNA. DNA is always replicated from a 5' end to a 3' end. The 2 unzipped sides of DNA are replicated in opposite directions. One moves from left across, and the other moves right across. That way, everything's being made in the right pattern. As we're creating these 2 new pieces of DNA, we have some key vocabulary. We have a leading strand, and this is the strand that's copied continuously, and it's the one that's on top of this picture. We then have a lagging strand, and that's the strand that is copied in separate fragments, because it's waiting for the DNA molecule to unwind to move on to the next piece. And then finally, we have Okazaki fragments, and that's the name of the fragments created as pieces of the lagging strand. In the empty box you have within your notes, please copy this picture with all of the labels. Though it may seem kind of tedious, it's important that you know all of these tiny pieces of information, so that when we later talk about genetics, you have an understanding of how DNA replicates and what it looks like as it replicates. Finally, let's go over the steps of DNA replication. First, the DNA and chromosomes are unwound and unzipped by DNA helicase. Then, 3 nucleotides in the nucleus are joined to both of the separate strands of DNA polymerase. This continues until DNA completely unzips and you have 2 exact copies of the DNA/chromosomes. Alright, that's the end of our notes. Please enjoy your quiz. Remember that this quiz is a majority of your participation grade for notes, so it is very important that you not only take it seriously, but you take the time to answer questions accurately.